What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Philadelphia Eagles and these guys defending their home turf. The holidays have arrived. Thank you for spending a part of them with us. We're away in Week 16 on EA Sports. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. They get 37 on the play. And that's a Falcon first down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Give him about 3 on that first down carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking in the air here. Finds him over the middle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. He'll pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's a Falcon first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown! The Falcons take a 6-0 lead right away.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Speed kills. And gosh, I love that, Kate. Right from the jump, you don't wait to get your playmaker started. Get him the ball early and put a fear of God into this defense.
Patterson able to connect on the point after. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. He's going to field this at the 2. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1.
Down. Ready?
He's dropping back to throw. Into traffic, complete. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Cut out left. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Gain of 15 there. That'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Let's go now. 52 ball. Ready.
He's going to throw it again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. The first time this game they've looked to him. So it'll be second down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series. He's the one driving it.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready, ready, ready.
Still sticking with the passing game. Looking right, and he finds it. Ooh, got him close to the line of the game. Down to the 25, 3rd and maybe a yard.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. Picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Ready up.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
Let's go.
They're going to try and throw it here. He's caught. He's got Brown. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles finish off their opening drive. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles start off well to tie things 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Back play straight ahead. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Setting up to throw. Big strike here to Williams. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock. So unsurprisingly, that gives them a 1st down. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21.
Here we go, set.
Now looking to throw. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Eagles are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Hits him on the out route. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They have it on 2nd and short.
60 reps. Ready.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. 45. Fly through. Hut.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on 3rd downs. Right? They want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
What a season this guy's having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense still line. This is 2nd and 4. Throwing out to the left. Caught. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Falcon first down. Sending him on the dive. And he's going to get forward for a gain of about 7 on that run. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, I know you can read your partner right now, Kate. You know I'm smiling because that was a callback to the early days of football when fullbacks, yeah, fullbacks, not running backs, they were the one that led the ground game. He didn't stop at a yard or two, He ripped off a nice chunk for them right there.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
But offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. And third and short.
Downfield finds Lambert Smith. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Falcon first down. Back to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
They'll throw on 2nd and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They'll throw 3rd and long. That one's caught. This is Lambert Smith. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
First down and 10 yards to go.
From the red zone now. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
They are throwing it again. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Complete on the option. I don't think he got there. Nope, he was not able to make the marker. Will we see them go for it now, Brock, here on 4th down?
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Just about a yard to the markers, and they're going to take the risk and go for this.
Let's go now. 70 Lion.
They're going to try to throw for it. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Falcons take a 2nd quarter lead. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
On the double.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Set, cut.
Pass play coming here. Connects on the crosser. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Here's the backup. First throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, the defender arrived at the exact same time there. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Come on, 38. Come on.
Back to the air. Love. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. So with that, Brock, we've now reached our 2-minute warning. More from Toronto after this. All set to go now from the 35.
Let's go now. Ready?
Sticking to the air here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready. 52.
Throwing it again here. All the left side. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Watch out now. 60 Fury. Here we go. Set.
They'll run it from the gun. That played good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Gets it to him on the screen. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet. This is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards. And the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Just like the last play, Metcalf has it. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Check White. Set. Ready.
They'll try and punch it in. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Leading 10 yards now as they line up. It's 2nd and goal.
Ready. Right foot. Red. 38. Set.
Back to throw now. Getting out to his left. And that play is brought to a halt. They're going to say at the 5-yard line. Goes to the hurry up here.
A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
Here he is now, 3rd and goal. Into the crowd, and that pass is intercepted. And the Falcons make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
1st and 10.
Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being 3rd down in the red zone. That's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Black 40. Check.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. That's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
After that little 8-yard scooch, here comes 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Ready?
They give it to him again. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Okay. Down. 33. Yellow. Ready?
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Short pass brought in. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Here we go. Here we go. Set.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
Humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
60 red. 60 red.
He's going to throw it. Stays in bounds and makes the catch. He's close, but he is stopped before he can get to that first down. Picks up 4.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Third and a lone yard coming up.
Cut. Yes, cut.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Caught, nice game left side. And he's taken down at the 30. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Double 38.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Cut.
Handoff now out of the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
That linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field. All I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Ready.
2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Let's cut.
Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
You go heavy on this 1st and goal. 3 tight ends in the formation.
Ready.
QB sneak coming. And he won't get in. The daylight was there for just a second. But it closed just in time to keep him out. So it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Oh, so aggravatingly close to a safety on that one right there, Kate. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal.
Set. Ready. Set.
They'll send him up the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. Look at this out of the bag of tricks. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's 2nd and 14.
Panther 60, Mustang 19. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
He'll pass it this time. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. He's got room to roam. And the Eagles get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Down. Ready?
Airing it out to start this drive. Finds a man right side. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
It sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
On the double.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
Receiver in motion. He's headed right. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles parlay the interception into points. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Another carry for him. And he's got a chunk of yards as we've reached the end of 3. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. So 1st down from the 41.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. Taken in by Williams outright. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
19 tight. 19 tight. Let's go.
They're throwing it. Delivers another one to Williams. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. But those are the hurry-up offense here.
7 more yards. That's another Falcons first down.
Working on 1st down. Complete out to the right. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Offense in the hurry up here.
12 more yards. That's good for a Toronto first down. First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Left wing 19.
From the red zone on first. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out.
And cut in the end zone for the touchdown. The Falcons making a 4-point game here in the fourth. They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal to tie this game in the fourth.
Falcons 21.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Ready, ready. 50, green. Hey,
Man in motion here.
hut, hut.
They'll run here from the gun. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be second and 5.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
Ready. Yellow, 43. 10.
Looking to throw here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Drill, 52. Here we go. Clock 40. Set, hut.
Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Second down now, they need 7. He's going to throw this one. Jump off caught by his back. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Falcon first down. Pass play now. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Falcon first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Let's go. 18, left, 18, 6, hook.
Still sticking with the passing game. Dumped off to his running back. And this one does not go far.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're the premium in this league.
And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. pickup of 17. And that's a Falcon first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
Let go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Warriors. 17.
They are throwing it again. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down.
Ready up.
Offense is set. 1st and 10.
19 Tiger. Here we go. Set.
Throwing out to the left. Cut. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Oh, that's got it. Look at the power. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
So many offenses will script cake their first 15 plays of a game, but it's often getting to the lesser use stuff like that that's critical in the red zone. They get a decent gain out of it and continue to push for the goal line.
The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. Nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal.
Ready. Set. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Go.
It's another 4. He's forced away from the goal line. It's a tackle for loss at the 3. I think they might have taken that 1st down for granted there, Brock, and now their punishment is they got to figure out 3rd down.
Yeah, a little bit of questioning, some mind games now, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't that work out? Can we trust to run it here on 3rd down? Not a gigantic call, but one that certainly creates a lot of confusion.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
Looking to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go. Set. Yep, ready.
Here he is to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. Kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Ready.
With 45 seconds showing on that clock, it's 2nd and 10.
Set. Slide through. 52 blue.
Back to throw. Trying to push deep downfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Set. Cut. 33. Yellow. Cut. Cut.
Here he is to throw. That's caught for the 1st. Down the left sideline he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds after the big gain. Now down inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, kid. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, then let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
The ball on the 13. Once again, it's 2nd and 10.
Shot. 17. 10 black. Check.
A give now from the gun. He's tackled after a gain of about 6. It's 3rd down now. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Falcons bringing out an extra defensive back for 3rd down.
Let's go. Ready.
Throwing now. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
All right, down by 4. They got to have this one on 4th down.
Let's go now. Blue, yellow, set.
Desperation time here. And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead just a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Buying some time left. Big strike here to Williams. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the Falcons earn the win in this one. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way.